Righty then, it's time for transfer review. You got me outside Old Trafford. I'm not giving you the weather report, use your eyes. Now then, are we signing anybody, Steve? Well, you know my job's to come out here and tell you that we're not, right? Well, that's probably not changing today. First up, Erling Haaland, the Terminator, the goal machine. The guy with slightly more personality than Chris Evans. He's been touted out as someone that United are trying to sign. I mean, yeah or no? I think a lot's being made of his and Solskjaer's relationship of late, and I don't think there's nothing in it, and I'm certain that we definitely wanted him. Whether or not it was the right move for, let's be honest, his agents and him to come to Manchester United at the time, uncertainty over the manager, always go to Germany, get through this next phase of development, play a little bit of Champions League football in a team that's capable of actually getting to the second round, and continue your development. Now, if his release clause is meant to be believed, it's a hell of a price. It's a phenomenal price. Somewhere in the region of 65 to 75 million euros. He's worth every single penny of that. That's not a stretch to be like, oh, can we afford this guy? Can we actually put that sort of cash in for him? He's worth it. And he would absolutely obliterate those goals. Now, a little bird has told me, or a very big bird, depending on what you want to believe, Sir Alex Ferguson rates him very highly. Sir Alex Ferguson was talking to somebody who goes, do you know what? I'd walk in there and demand him. And I don't know what relevance that is to anything. Is that Fergie sort of saying all he needs to do that? Is that Fergie sort of saying that's what... Is it literally just take it at face value, there's no hidden meaning there? He's literally just saying, I'd love him in my team and that would be that. I don't know. I'd like him. I hope Ollie would like him. I hope the fact that they've played together and he knows the development and he knows the character of the kid. Does him being born in Leeds and raised as a City and Leeds fan mean anything? Oh, shit, it might. It might do. I don't know if necessarily he's right for Pep's system, though. I think he's a player that thrives on the counter, likes to lead the line a little bit. That position doesn't exist in a Pep team. Much like what you've seen when you've seen Thiago go to Liverpool, an undoubtedly world-class player has broken their system. Could Haaland go into Manchester City and trying to fit into that system also break that kind of system? I think he'd probably work more at Liverpool than he would under Pep. But I think he would work at United more than any of them. It's just a case of whether United have got the will and the desire to want to do it. So this report is coming from The Athletic, and it's Laurie Whitwell, and he said, Haaland is a player that Solskjaer would have above all the others, any position, any player. I think he's the one. The Independent also ran an article saying Solskjaer keeping tabs on Haaland. Not talking about keeping tabs anymore. I think we covered that last week. What the fuck does keeping tabs mean? Someone in the comments right now, tell me what the fuck keeping tabs means. Are we buying him? No, we're keeping tabs on him. Are we scouting him? No, we're keeping tabs on him. Right. Are we inquiring about his availabilities? No, we're keeping tabs on him. What's a tab? Are United signing Haaland, Steve? Not yet. At the minute. Are we interested? Yes. Cool. 1 out of 10. Next up, Andre Silva. Eintracht Frankfurt apparently trying to raise funds to permanently sign Luka Jovic. Luka Jovic currently on loan there, previously on loan there, and then made a massive move to Real Madrid where it did not work out for him. I don't understand why United would want to cast off. Now, this is being touted as, and it's in the Daily Mail, they're saying United are interested in him if Cavani goes. But isn't Cavani also being offered an extension? So this feels like a lot of bollocks to me. It makes a lot of sense for me that they want to re-sign on a permanent deal Jovic. It was great for them, and hence why he got a big money move to Real Madrid, where he absolutely shit the bed and it didn't work for him. I haven't seen anywhere near enough of Andre Silva to compare him, certainly to Cavani. And if they're trying to raise funds to bring in Luka Jovic, that tells me that they prefer Jovic over the one that they've already got, and I don't really rate Jovic that highly. So, do I want the cast-offs of Eintracht Frankfurt? No, I fucking don't. Considering that this is maybe something that Eintracht Frankfurt want to happen, there's a lot of moving parts here that you have to line up, and I don't think that they line up. I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. Next up, we got Nikola Milenkovic, and Manchester United are interested and have made contact with his agent. Ooh, that sounds promising, doesn't it? Yeah. And so you go, and City are interested, and Liverpool are interested, and Dortmund are interested. Oh, so it's a load of bollocks then. Yeah. All you needed was Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain for the fuck knows where he's going quartet, or whatever you want to call it. I can see these coming a mile off, lads. It was like when Richarlison was linked. They were like, oh, Richarlison is linked with Manchester United and Watford. And I went, so he's going Watford then, yeah. On the basis of this, Milenkovic would be really good for Manchester United. Solves a problem that we need to fix. Are we getting him? No. Fuck. No. What's worrying is, and I sort of touched on this before, there's been a report come out that United have said, basically, forget about 100 million signings this summer, and maybe even forget about £65 million signings. And you have seen a bit of a transition from what we used to do, early doors of Woodward when he first got the keys and the checkbook, to now what we sort of be looking at doing. It looks like we're trying to find a bit more value in the market. Looks like we're maybe trying to buy players a touch earlier. And I think if you blend them in with people at the end of their contract, or even free transfers like Cavani, you might get a lot of success out of that. Now, you're going to have to pay seriously high wages when you do that with the likes of Cavani and that. But it makes a lot more financial sense for me that we go after the younger players. Younger players are on much less contracts. It's when they get to their 26, 27, 28-year-old or beyond 30 level of contracts where you have to start getting eye-watering. And we've got a couple at the club that are on that sort of till. I don't see anything in this. This report's nonsense. United, Liverpool and City. How many centre-halves does Pep think he can play? Even if you went to 3 at the back, you've still got about 4 spare. Remember Nathan Ake that he signed last year? Oh, no, you forgot about him. All right, so. What about Otamendi? Did he still play for you? No? Oh, okay. You had John Stones hiding in a cupboard for 3 years before you remembered you had him and started playing him. Again, there's absolutely nothing in this. 0 out of 10. That was the ins, and that was pretty depressing, wasn't it? So I don't see anything happening at the moment. And certainly not on the basis of those reports. Imagine I was standing here telling you we're signing everyone. A bit weird, wasn't it? That was the ins, this is the outs. You've got Sky Sports reporting on Dean Henderson, and they're saying that Spurs and Borussia Dortmund are interested in him. I can see that. I can see that on both cases. And I could see him probably going for some pretty decent money. United have got a real conundrum on their hands. For me, Dean Henderson is slowly moving himself into that number 1 position. The analogy I used on a watch-along a while ago was it's sort of like 2 trucks going down the motorway. One of them's probably going 1 mile an hour faster, and I think Dean Henderson's that one truck going 1 mile an hour faster. There's not a lot in them. They've got different attributes. I think for being a team that plays on the counter and maybe has a bit of a higher line, I think Dean Henderson suits us a little more. I think De Gea suited us when we was a team that was a bit shitter, and maybe we needed a goalkeeper that was going to be saving lots and lots of shots. De Gea was that man. It's a little bit of a different game now. We need that keeper that's going to come and command his area. We need a keeper that's maybe going to venture off his line once or twice, not just commanding his box, but also act as a sweeper and pick stuff up as it comes towards the box even. I think if we got that from Dean Henderson, I think it would improve us as a side. But again, he needs a run in the team at United to really prove himself. He did very well in the team in Sheffield United, but again, there was a bit more of a defensive side. So I think to see whether Dean Henderson can truly do it for United, he's going to need like 6 uninterrupted games, in the league and in the cups. And I think the only way he's going to get that is if De Gea is injured at some point, and I don't really remember him being injured at any point in his United career. So can't imagine that's going to happen. That being said, in Sky Sports, do I see him going to Dortmund or to Spurs? Yeah, I kind of do. Because United are going to have to make a real decision soon. And that decision's going to have to be, are we sticking with De Gea or are we going with Dean Henderson? And I don't know what they're going to do. So I would say there's definitely something in it. Nothing major yet, so let's give it 2 out of 10. And finally then, the last one that we are going to be talking about is Juan Mata. Obviously his contract's coming up to the end. He's been great watching Mata at United. He's been here for such a long time, you almost don't think it, because we've not really seen him lift loads and loads of trophies and loads of leagues. In fact, no leagues and maybe only a handful of trophies. But he's been a wonderful sort of player in a shite period. The teams that are interested in him, you look at them and you go, would they buy a player from England on a free transfer? Now who is it? Roma, Inter Milan, Juventus. Oh yeah, that's like their favourite game, that. Especially Inter Milan. Oh my God. Fully determined to build into my Manchester United 2.0. I can definitely see this happening, and I think the pace in Italy would suit him very well. I could also see him going back to Spain. There was some talk of him linking up with R9, who's got a team that he owns over there in La Liga. And I could see all of those things happening, to be honest. There was also a hell of a lot of talk that he was going to join the coaching staff or become some sort of an ambassador at United. But, we'll see how that goes down. Do I see Juan Mata going? Gone at the end of the season. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. I can't pinpoint which club just yet, but I do think, it's looking increasingly like he's going to go. And certainly, if we were playing him, that could be lower. But the fact that we're not playing him on games that don't mean anything, I just don't think we're going to play him. I don't think we're going to keep him. So, looks like he's creeping towards the exit door. I would expect this now to probably rise at least 1 a week for the next few weeks until we start hearing, or the club that he's going to starts really emerging. But yeah, that's it. Cheers for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. See you in a bit.